So just give up and settle for your second place trophy. Well, screw that. I want to be a man that pursues that. I may never reach excellence, but I damn sure gave it my all-out effort to get there. And in doing better men, choosing to erect the statues of heroic principle, of something that outlasts the temporary cries of the entitled generation. This is the Better Man channel, where our mission is to pursue excellence, to pursue what we know we're capable of, to pursue the extremities of high principled living. We are fully aware that we live in a culture that hands out second place trophies. You did your best, so here we're going to reward you, applaud you, congratulate you for your mediocrity. We're teaching a generation to just show up, put in a little effort, and be rewarded. And we're seeing the downfall of principles. We're seeing the downfall of morals. We're seeing the entropy of our values, of high direction. Those heroic men that we hold in high esteem, their statues have been torn down. The principles that they stood for are being diminished. And society wonders why we're this divisive, divisional country where we're seeing different tribes of people and their philosophies arise. It's because we have no direction. We have no markers to guide us. I want you to imagine that you are around some friends and peers, and they've told you about this amazing place that you would like to visit. But this is a time without GPS, a time without maps, a time without any signs or markers to guide you along the path. So you set out on this journey, but you can't quite find your destination because there's no markers to guide you. And so you end up at some sideshow attraction with some sketchy characters instead of the Disney World that you set out to explore. That's the same with men in this generation, with society in this generation. All the markers of high principles, of truth, of morals, of integrity, of honest character have been torn down. The persevering effort to strive for excellence, to be better, to stand out, has been torn down. We're saying we need to be equal, that everybody needs to be in the face of equality. And I get everybody, we need equal opportunity, but not everyone's created equal. Some people are better than others at some things. That doesn't mean that you give up and hand people second place trophies. It means that we find our talents and that we work our ass off to become better and to strive to be the best at what we can be. We live in a society that is diminishing the character of our heroes, that is diminishing the importance of morality, of truth, the very truth and morals and directions and markers and signs that have got us to this soft generation that we live in. We live in a cushy generation because of strong, hard, disciplined men that paved the way for us to be these crybaby, entitled, second place, welding, trophy, superficial people. You know you're capable of more. It's time that we as men begin to erect the statues of heroic men past. Those men that we hold in high esteem, those men that we aspire to be, those principles that we hold in high regards. Honest, integrity, courageous, self-disciplined, self-mastery men that face darkness with courageous hearts, not only for the individual, but for their community, their tribe, their people, so that they can withstand the darkness as well. I don't want to be a coward and lay down and accept mediocrity. I don't want to be a man that says, well, I can't do it, so I might as well not try. And that's the age we live in. It's almost as if they're telling us, oh, it's too hard. You can't attain that. So just give up and settle for your second place trophy. Well, screw that. I want to be a man that pursues that. I may never reach excellence, but I damn sure gave it my all out effort to get there. And in doing so, I became a better person. I learned something about who I am. I learned something about what I'm capable of. And that's what I want to leave for my son. That's what I want to leave for my community. That's the legacy that I want to leave. And that's what I want to be known as a man that, God, he wasn't perfect, but he challenged himself to seek perfections in all things. Those are the signposts, the markers, the directions, the maps, the GPS that we need to begin to establish and leave for those generations that are coming after us. Not second place mediocre trophies that say, oh, you showed up and did your best, here you go. Because then we're going to see a soft, weak, susceptible culture that when strong enemies come to attack, they're just going to lay down. They're slaves in essence. And the man at top, government, if you will, those in power are going to always continue to be happily handing out second place trophies, because then you rely on their applause. You rely on their congratulations as if you're really doing something. Because if the world tells you that your morals and your values and your beliefs and your effort are, yeah, they're okay, you're doing your best, then why try harder if everyone's telling you you're doing the best you can? Quit listening for other people's applause. Quit waiting for their pat on the back. Quit waiting for their signpost to guide you in their direction, and begin to create your direction by following the heroic men of past, by following higher principles, by following a higher truth. And it doesn't mean that we're not human, that we're not going to make mistakes. And I'm not sitting here saying that I've achieved some excellent, great character and that I'm some great man, but I'm striving to be, and I'm opening my eyes to that I want to be a man, an upright, noble man, that I stand for my convictions. And that's my direction that I'm going. And yes, the great men before me that I aspire to be, or that encourage me and motivate me and inspire me to be better, they had some flaws. And it doesn't mean that they were perfect. But I can take their perfections from them. I can take the greatness they strive for and begin to mold that into my science, my path that guides me to be a better man. And that's what it takes to rise above mediocrity. That's what it takes to begin to erect these statues of greatness that are a guidepost for, say, hey, young generation, look for these excellent people that did excellent things so that we can enjoy the privilege that we now do. And if we want that to continue, we have to maintain that excellent standard so that others after us can begin to enjoy the privilege as well. We're not these entitled second place trophy carrying bums. We choose to be better. We choose to pursue excellence. I love you guys. You'll hear from me next episode.